everyone, I'm Rachel. In this tutorial, I want to show you how to create heaven clouds using the Color Therapy app. If you search for heaven clouds in the app, you can find so many gorgeous images that you can use this tutorial for. Instead of doing a blue sky for your background, consider fluffy cotton candy clouds. This is great for fantasy scenes. Let's start off with some basic tap to fill gradients. Head over to the Peaceful palette and select gradient. So in the Peaceful palette, select the third color from the right on the second row and just set it so that it's lighter on the top, light yellow on the top and pink on the bottom, and just tap it in for the background. Back in the Peaceful palette, I'm going to use the first color on the last row, and I'm just going to tap in a couple of the clouds, and then I'll use the last color on the second row, tap in a few more clouds. Also the very last color on the last row. I might just tap in this one and that one kind of more yellow. So we have like a gradient of a mix of different colors of clouds. Now let's tap in the beautiful gates with some gold. I'm going to use the third color from the right on the second row of the gold palette, and I'm going to set it to a radial gradient, and I'm just going to tap in all of the elements here. And this is just to give it some context. So at this point, it would be a good idea to color in and shade and add highlights to the gate. You can also color in the lady as well if you want to. So for the purpose of this tutorial, we're just going to focus on the clouds right now. So let's start off with using the smudge tool. Let's do the size at 90 and opacity 75. And let's set coloring inside the lines mode to off. And what I want to do is just sample some of the colors from the image. So I'm going to start with this down here, and all I'm going to do is start to just really softly blend those edges. So just go along and sample the colors of the clouds and the sky and blend those edges softly. So I'm letting it overlap a little bit over my subjects on the gate. This just helps to smooth the lines out. Lowering that stroke opacity will really help you to see what's going on and where you can add more blending. You can add some of those colors up in the sky where there isn't clouds as well, just for some more interest. Let's lower the size down to 40 now. Now for each top of the cloud, let's add a little bit of a highlight. So I'll be going to sample one of my lighter colors here and just add in the highlights to each top of the cloud. So if you are using this template, just follow it along. If you don't have a template, then you can just kind of make it up. So just pretend that the top of each cloud is going to have the highlights. Again, I'm adding that lighter color up in the sky where there aren't clouds as well. And it's okay if it overlaps a little bit over the gate. Let's add some more details now with the airbrush tool. Size 50 and opacity at 25. Now I'm going to use white this time. I'll zoom in here and I'm going to add some more brightness in the highlights. Just building upon layers. Really making it soft. And you can be really loose with it too, because clouds are however you want to make them. There's no rules. Okay, now let's set the airbrush tool to size 70 and opacity 50. And then in the yellow 2 palette, I'm using the last color on the top row. I want to set coloring inside the lines mode to on now. And I'm going to add a glow all the way around the whole gate. So it's kind of like heaven gates, like adding some brightness to it. And this will also illuminate the clouds a little bit more. So I'm just kind of going around the gate there. Let's head over back to the smudge tool. Let's do size 15 and opacity 100. Let's hone in our details now. So with white again, let's add in even more little details. And whoops, want to make sure coloring inside the lines mode is off right now. You can also go and remove the lines and go check it out under the effects tab to see how it's looking. So I'm kind of just dotting and dabbling with my finger a little bit. And see now the clouds are starting to come together and look more bulky, just doing layer upon layer. Again, I'm just following the template here, but if you need to, you can also look at a reference. Sometimes that helps. So yeah, remember to let your clouds kind of just slowly roll over the gate a little bit too, so it's nice and soft. So if you need to lower your opacity again and continue blending, you can. Now let's add a couple shadows. So we'll do the smudge tool size 15 and the opacity at 65. I'm going to go to the pastel palette and I'm just using the first color, that nice dark purple. Just add a little shadow here and there, just in the darker parts of the clouds. So where I see the purple already and maybe some of the darker pink, I might add some of that darker purple just to give some more weight and body to those clouds. I'm just kind of tapping it in. And then lower the opacity down to 30 just for some more blending again. Just continue to blend, and you can also go back again and sample more colors if you need to from the image and just make it nice and soft. To finish this image, you can add some soft God rays coming from the gate or your main subject using the airbrush tool. This will further emphasize the heaven clouds. If you'd like to see more tutorials like this, don't forget to subscribe to the Color Therapy YouTube channel so you don't miss any new tutorial videos. Thanks for watching our tutorial. You can get the Color Therapy app for free on the App Store.